I'm Dawson Schmidt here with the latest stories and developments in this week's Commodity Roundup on Trader PhD. The U.S.'s new fee structure for Chinese-owned vessels at American ports went into effect on Tuesday. First announced in April, the U.S. fees are aimed at shifting global trade by targeting Chinese owners or vessels built in China. Bloomberg reported that Chinese shipping companies Costco and Orient Overseas International are set to face large fees next year, which could total between $1.5 billion and $2.1 billion. Last week, China announced its own special fees on American ships starting at 400 yuan per ton or $56 per ton. However, that won't apply to U.S. ships made in China. Some good news for farmers though, bulk agricultural commodities are exempted from both the U.S. and China fees. Commodities trades between the two countries have already been limited as China shifted away from American supplies over the past few years. Still, the ongoing trade tensions come at a time when U.S. soybeans are being used as a bargaining chip for trade negotiations. And speaking on the lines of China, the lack of Chinese demand is having a notable impact on U.S. soybean exports this season. Weekly data from the USDA's Federal Grain Inspection Service showed that soybean inspections totaled 992,000 metric tons during the week ending October 9th. Soybean shipments have been following their seasonal increases. However, the lack of cargoes destined for China has caused total volumes this season to drop 26% compared to a year ago. China continued to receive large shipments from Brazil this fall, along with large purchases from Argentina that are set for delivery in November. Last month, China imported 12.9 million metric tons of soybeans, a record for September and close to the all-time record set in May of this year. An escalation in trade tensions last week and early this week has raised concern over a meeting between President Trump and President Xi later this month. So far, talks between the two global leaders are still possible. However, an ongoing tit-for-tat could put future cooperation in jeopardy. Another week of the ongoing government shutdown means another week of no USDA crop progress reports. Despite the lack of data, combines continue to roll through fields rapidly over the past few weeks. The fall corn and soybean harvest are perceived to be at least halfway complete, according to a Bloomberg survey of analyst estimates. The average analyst estimate placed corn harvest progress at 45% complete as of Sunday, and that compares to 47% the same week last year. Meanwhile, the survey pinned the U.S. soybean harvest at 60% complete, progressing 7 percentage points behind last year. Warmer and drier weather for much of this fall has been presenting moisture challenges for producers, but weather conditions have allowed for more rapid pace this season. Eric Snodgrass with Nutrient Ag Solutions says some producers could get a break from the fields.
Seems like our first chance at good rain is Saturday. It's also in the GFS Saturday, in the artificial intelligence Saturday, and in the national blend of models Saturday. But note, there's another system coming midweek next week. It's in all three models as well. That's the beginning of this weather pattern. So if you're going, well, when do I have to be prepared to have weather interrupt what I'm going to do? Well, it's not today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Get through this week and get as much harvest done as you can. Because after that, these probabilities begin to increase that this whole area goes back over on the wetter side of average.
Thanks for watching. I'm Dawson Schmidt, and this has been Trader PhD.